Hi guys, it's Bill with Media Unlocked, and I am here at the beautiful 3O Studios in Lexington, Kentucky. David is behind the camera today, but I'm not going to let you see him because he shaved his beard off. It's really ugly. He looks like something out of The Walking Dead. At any case, say hi, David.
Hey, hey, hey!
There he goes. I am here today to give you the next leg in my quest for the perfect tripod and ball head from my photography. Now, tripods and ball heads, tripods and heads in general are important. You really need to think about what you're going to shoot. And guys, I have purchased probably 8 or 9 tripod combinations in my life, and I've always looked at them as a cost. I've wanted to keep the price down. I've wanted to get it as cheaply as I possibly could. The problem is a cheap tripod just isn't going to stand up. They're made out of cheap aluminum, they're pressed, the joints don't work, and you wind up breaking them or throwing them away. And if I had kept all of that money and put it together in one fund for a good tripod and head combination, I would have bought it once, I'd still have it, and I would have it for the rest of my career. It is an investment, not a cost, and I am finally determined to sit down and find the set of legs and the head or heads that I need to get my photography up to the next level. So along those lines, I am here today to discuss this step in this journey. My friends at B&H were happy to send me, when I asked, a new Arca-Swiss Z1 Plus ball head. I've had it for about a month. I've had a lot of fun playing with it. I've shot some panoramas with it. I've taken it to baseball games. I've taken it down to downtown Lexington, and I have used it in the studio in a variety of different combinations to give it a good test to see what it can do. So I want to tell you what happened and how that all worked out for me. Just the specs on it. Right now, if you wanted to order this from B&H, it would cost you about $380 with the quick release top that we've got here. You would also want to order a special plate for it because it does not come with a plate. And well, you'd want to have one from the beginning because you know what fun it is to unwrap the box and say, I want to go play with my new toy, and then you have to go out and wait another week to get a plate to come in. So order the plate when you order the ball head. That's the way to do it. The other specs on this particular ball head, it comes in at 1.3 pounds. It is about 4 inches tall and it has a base diameter of 2.7 inches. So it is a good hefty ball head. Now you don't really want to put this on a cheap set of tripod legs because the ball head is rated, according to Arca-Swiss, for 130 pounds. Think about it. That's 130 pounds of camera and lens. I'm not going to go anywhere with 130 pounds of camera and lens. So this thing will stand up to anything you want to put it through. Now, Arca-Swiss made a name for themselves when they developed an aspherical ball for their ball heads. Everybody else uses a round ball, which gives you a nice even tension, makes it easy to work and easy to make. But Arca-Swiss discovered that when you have an aspherical ball inside of it, when you drop your camera into the portrait mode from landscape, it gets a little bit tighter as it goes down. That makes it a little bit easier to control the tension and get the position that you're looking for your camera. So they use this aspherical ball head, which is designed to give you more control. They do have a tension adjustment knob right here on the main control, which allows you to fine-tune the amount of friction that you use to control it a little bit easier so that you can pay attention to your shot instead of the ball head. Now, there are a lot of pros to the Arca-Swiss Z1. Number one, it is stable. It is a great build. It's hefty. It will make your images a little bit more stable as a result. It has a very smooth operation. I didn't notice any problem with things getting inside of it. It just went like silk all the time, anytime I wanted to move it. The quick release is very solid. When you put your camera into it, test it once just to make sure. You should always do that, of course. And then I've lifted the entire tripod with the quick release. Didn't have any issues at all. It was very easy to use once you practiced it just a few times. It has this long mounting plate that I've showed you earlier. The mounting plate can function as a little bit of a slide plate. Gives you a little more control if you're shooting a panorama. This allows you to move your camera forward or back just a little bit more than a traditional plate, which allows you to control for the nodal point, which means it's going to be easier when you go into your software to stitch those images together. It does have, however, a few cons that I want to talk about as well. Like I said, you need to order a mounting plate separately when you order it because it does not come with one. I have really never found another combination where I bought a ball head and it didn't come with at least one mounting plate. And I use several plates. I keep one on my lenses, I keep one on my camera body. That way it's just easier, and you've got to order several of these if you work the same way I do. Like I said, the knobs, they're nicely close together, but if you've got fat fingers, this one right here is a little bit difficult to use because I keep bumping into this other knob. I'd like a little bit more space there. If you've got a small hand, it probably would work very well for you. But the biggest problem I had with this particular ball head was that when I got off into the portrait position, with a big lens, it had a tendency to let gravity settle a little bit farther. And you really, really have to torque it down in order to get it to hold solid if you're using a big lens in the portrait position side like this. And frankly, it was a little too much torque. It was kind of hard to use with a big lens. So that's the downside to it. If you don't ever shoot with the really long lenses, this one will work really well for you. But you might want to look into a different version of it if you're using long lenses all the time like I do. Now, my conclusion in general is I like this head. It is a great stable head for everyday photography. It will serve you well. But think about your specific uses. That instability with a long lens is a downside for it. At any case, let's go out. It's time to go out and shoot some more. Exercise that shutter finger. Look for your own tripod and head, and I will give you our next step when we have it for you.
You guys have made it this far. If you want to check out our newest video, it will be right here. If you want to check out the product, it will be down here. If you do happen to click on it and purchase it, it does give us a little bit of commission, and that helps me a lot keep making these videos. And of course, guys, right down below, go on and leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, follow along. We'll catch you next time.